Let me ask you something. Have you ever been in that moment where you're sitting with a woman, your heart racing, your mind curious, and you're dying to know what she feels, what she desires, but you don't dare ask? Most men make the mistake of asking directly, "What do you like? What do you want?" But here's the truth. The moment you ask, you lose. Because attraction is not discovered through words. It's revealed through signals. She won't tell you with her mouth. She'll tell you with her eyes, her movements, her energy. And brother, when you learn how to read these signals, you unlock a secret world. You'll no longer wonder if she's into you. You'll know. You'll no longer chase after clues. The clues will chase you. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to discover a woman's most hidden part without asking anything. These are the secrets women never say but always show. Stay with me until the end, because once you understand this, you'll never look at women the same way again. Part 1. The silent language of her eyes. Her eyes are the first gateway. They will tell you what words can never express. When she looks at you, not just once, but again and again, holding that gaze a fraction longer than necessary, that's desire speaking. Her pupils dilate, her blink slows, and suddenly you feel that invisible electricity. The eyes betray everything. Even when she's silent, her eyes whisper her thoughts. Is she looking at your lips when you talk? Is she scanning your chest, your shoulders, then quickly pretending she didn't? That's her attraction screaming louder than words. A woman will never say, "I want you right now," but her eyes will. If you learn to see, you'll never need to ask. Part 2. The power of her body angles. Her body is the second chapter of the story. Women communicate more with posture than with speech. When she's into you, her body betrays her. She won't sit back closed off. She'll lean in. Her knees point towards you. Her torso faces you. Her hands unconsciously play with objects, her hair, her jewelry, even the glass she's holding. Pay attention to her openness. If she exposes her neck, if she touches her collarbone, if she lets her legs brush against yours, it's not by accident. These are primal signals. They come from thousands of years of biology, not from conscious thought. Most men miss it. They keep talking, keep joking, but never realize her body is already telling them, "I want you closer." When you see this, you don't need to ask. You just know. Part 3. The shifts in her voice and energy. Here's a secret most men ignore. Her voice changes when she's attracted. At first, she may talk casually, but when attraction rises, her tone softens, her pitch may drop slightly, and her words start to carry a rhythm. She'll laugh more easily, she'll tease, she'll let silences hang in the air instead of filling them. Notice her breathing. Is it faster when you get closer? Does she pause, take small breaths, as if she's struggling to control her excitement? That's her unspoken confession. Energy doesn't lie. A woman's energy shifts when desire awakens. And if you can feel that shift, you'll never again need to ask her what she wants, because she's already telling you with every breath, every laugh, every pause. Part 4. The power of observation. Reading the silent language. A woman may never say directly what she wants, but her body will betray her truth. Observation is your weapon. Notice the flicker of her eyes when she scans you from head to toe. Notice the way her lips part, slightly when she's lost in thought while looking at you. Notice how she adjusts her hair, her clothes, her posture, all subconsciously when you enter the room. These are not accidents, they're micro signals, whispers of desire spoken without words. The Stoics believed in stillness and control, but they also trained themselves to notice the smallest shifts in human behavior. If you sharpen your observation, you'll begin to hear her body speak louder than her voice. Part 5. The test of patience, why she waits before opening up. Understand this. She will not hand you the keys to her world instantly. Women test with silence, with hesitation, with curiosity. She waits to see if you can handle the pauses, if you can remain calm when she withdraws slightly. If you rush, you fail. If you pressure, you destroy the attraction. Patience is your weapon. A Stoic man does not chase, he does not demand, he allows. He lets her curiosity grow because he knows desire is not forced. It is built slowly. The moment you show that you are comfortable in the wait, she begins to wonder, why is he different? Why is he not desperate like the rest? That's when her guard begins to fall. Part 6. The magnet of mystery. Why silence speaks louder. When you tell her everything about yourself in the first conversation, you kill the mystery. Attraction dies when there is nothing left to uncover. Women are drawn to men whose silence is not empty but powerful. Silence that makes her think, what is he holding back? What is his story? Why do I want to know more? The Stoics were masters of silence. They only spoke when words added value. Apply this in your presence with women. Say less, but let every word carry weight. This creates a magnetic tension, where she begins to chase your truth instead of you chasing her attention. Part 7. The shift in energy, from curiosity to desire. At first she notices you, then she studies you, but there comes a point when something changes. Desire replaces curiosity. You'll see it in the way her laughter becomes more frequent around you, in the way she touches her neck when you speak, in the way she finds excuses to be closer, to linger, to stay. This shift in energy is not random. It's a result of your control, your patience, your mystery. You didn't force it. You allowed it. You didn't rush. You waited, and now she feels that pull, that gravity, that only men of presence and strength create. That is when the game changes. Part 8. The moment of revelation. She exposes her truth. There comes a moment when her actions reveal more than words ever could. Maybe she leans in closer when you speak. Maybe her texts grow longer, more personal, more vulnerable. Maybe she asks questions that dig deeper into your life, not just your surface. This is when she exposes her truth, her attraction, her curiosity, her desire. And here lies the Stoic test. Do not lose your composure. Do not celebrate too soon. Do not show desperation. Remain grounded, remain steady. Because the moment she feels you are unshaken by her reveal, that's when respect combines with attraction. And once that happens, you own her attention completely. Part 9. The silent frame that breaks her ego. Brother, here's the truth most men will never understand. A woman can resist compliments, she can resist gifts, and she can even resist arguments. But what she cannot resist is your silence. Why? Because silence is not empty. Silence is full of meaning. When you stop explaining yourself, when you don't chase after her to justify why you did what you did, she starts questioning herself. Think about it. Every time you argue, every time you defend yourself, you are giving her free validation. You're telling her, my worth depends on convincing you. But when you go silent, you stand tall in your frame. She realizes she no longer controls the narrative. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, silence is the best reply to insult. And this applies not just to insults, but also to her tests, her games and her manipulations. When you go silent, you are not weak. You are showing that your energy, your peace, and your focus are too valuable to waste. And brother, that silence will haunt her more than any words ever could, because she will keep replaying it in her mind, wondering what you're thinking, wondering if she's losing you. That's the silent frame that destroys her ego and makes her chase. Part 10. When detachment becomes power. Most men confuse love with attachment. They think being obsessed, being available 24/7, and putting her above everything else is love. But here's the reality. Attachment is weakness, while detachment is power. When you master detachment, you don't become cold. You don't become heartless. You become unshakable. She can test you, ignore you, try to make you jealous, but you don't react. Why? Because you've already accepted the truth. Everything in this world is temporary. The Stoics taught this again and again. Epictetus said, don't seek for events to happen as you wish, but wish for events to happen as they do. This mindset changes everything. When you're detached, you no longer fear losing her. You no longer beg for her attention. You stop being her emotional puppet. And paradoxically, that's exactly when she becomes addicted to you. Because women crave men who are grounded in their own strength. She feels your energy pulling her in, but she can't control it. That mystery, that detachment, it drives her wild. So if you want true power over her emotions, don't cling. Don't beg. Don't fear losing her. Detach and watch her come closer on her own. Final words. The man she will never forget. Brother, let me leave you with this. In a world full of men who chase, who beg, who bend over backwards just for a little attention, you must become the exception. Be the man who holds his frame. Be the man who isn't afraid of silence. Be the man who can walk away without hesitation. Because when you live this way, you don't just attract women, you command respect from everyone. You become untouchable. And here's the secret: when you no longer need her validation, that's when she becomes desperate for yours. Remember, women don't fall for men who worship them. They fall for men who stand unshaken, who live by principles, who embody strength. That's the man who stays in her mind. That's the man she never forgets. So choose today. Are you going to keep chasing? Or are you going to rise as the man she cannot ignore?